Alright, hi everybody. I hope that the lighting isn't super bad. It's currently like 8 now, and we are reading Roald, the Giraffe, the Pelly, and me. So, buckle up. We are on page 22. If you're reading these one after another, you know that I had something in my throat, so I had to go get some water and just chill for like a few minutes. So, we're back, and we're going to make this 3 parts just so that you have like 10 to 15, like 10 to 15 minute long videos. But yeah, like I said, it's only like 79 pages long. And I'm still kind of figuring out the voices, so I'm sorry that I'm like switching around. You're probably like a little confused. But so the pelican, we're just gonna go over the voices real quick. The pelican, if I know that he's talking, it's gonna be deep. Sometimes I don't know when they're talking or not until like it's too late. Sorry if people are driving by and people walking by. I'm in a campground. But the pelican is like a deepish voice, kind of Britishy. The little boy has like a little British accent. The monkey just kind of has like a random accent. And then I'm gonna have the giraffe as a kind of like, not French woman, but it's just a very like feminine voice. Not like, oh, like that, but like, she's a girl. Okay, she can be a girl in this story. She kind of looks like she got the eyelash. I'm not saying that you have to have like, I'm just thinking, I think of her as a girl. But this is my first time reading it, so like, I don't really know the personality. Anyway, we are on page 22. And this is our picture for it. Okay? Okay, cool. There's kids playing. Anyway. Stop showing off down there, shouted the monkey from the upstairs window. Hurry up and bring that small person up to us. The giraffe is waiting. I climbed into the big orange beak. Oh, and the narrating is either going to be playing or like the little boy's British accent. I climbed up into the big orange beak, and with a swish of wings, the pelican carried me up, back to his perch on the windowsill. The giraffe looked down out of her window at me and said, "How do you do? What is your name?" "Billy," I told her. "Well, Billy," she said, "we need your help, and we need it fast. We must have some windows to clean. We've spent every penny we've had buying this house, and we've got to earn some more money quickly. The Pelly is starving, the monkey is famished, and I am perishing with hunger. The Pelly needs fish, the monkey needs nuts, and I am even more difficult to feed. I am a geranious giraffe, and a geranious giraffe cannot eat anything except the pink and purple flowers of the tinkle tinkle tree. But those, as I am sure you know, are hard to find and expensive to buy." The pelican cried out, "Right now, I am so hungry, and I can eat a stale sardine. Has anyone seen a stale sardine or a bucket of rotten cod? I eat the lot upon the spot. I'm such a hungry bird." Okay, guys, he's giving me pirate vibes. Yeah. Every time the pelican spoke, the beak I was standing in jiggled madly up and down, and the more excited he got, the more it jiggled. The monkey said, "What's Pelly really crazy is salmon." Yes, yes," cried the pelican. "Salmon, oh glorious salmon. I dreamed about it all day long, but I never get any." "And I dream about walnuts," shouted the monkey. Yeah, that's the voice we're going with. "A walnut fresh with the trees, scrumptious, galumptious, so flavory, savory, so sweet to eat that it makes me all wobbly just thinking about it." At exactly that moment, a huge white Rolls Royce pulled right up in front of us, and a chauffeur in a blue and gold uniform got out. He was carrying an envelope, one hand gloved. "Good heavens," I whispered, "that's the Duke of Hampshire's car." "Who's he?" asked the giraffe. "He's the richest man in England," I said. The chauffeur knocked on the door of the grubber. Oh, here's the picture, by the way. I think I skipped the last one. Oh, no, I didn't. He looked up and saw us. He saw the giraffe, the Pelly, and monkey, and me, all staring down at him from above. Not a muscle moved in his face, not an eyebrow was raised. The chauffeur's A very rich man were never surprised by anything they see. The chauffeur said, "His Grace the Duke of Hampshire has instructed me to deliver this envelope to the Ladderless Window Cleaning Company." "That's us!" cried the monkey. The giraffe said, "Be so good as to open the envelope and read us the letter." The chauffeur unfolded the letter and began to read. "Dear Sirs, I saw your notice as I drove by this morning. I have been looking for a decent window cleaner for the last 50 years, but I have not found one yet. My house has 677 windows in it, not counting the greenhouse, and all of them are filthy. Kindly come and see me as soon as possible. Yours truly, Hampshire." That, added the chauffeur in a voice filled with awe and respect, was written by His Grace the Duke of Hampshire in his own hand. The giraffe said to the chauffeur, "Please tell His Grace the Duke that we will be with him as soon as possible." The chauffeur touched his cap and got back in the Rolls Royce. "Whoopee!" shouted the monkey. "Fantastic!" cried the pelican. "That must be the best window cleaning job in the world." "Billy," said the giraffe, "what is the house called, and how do we get there?" "It is called Hampshire House," I said, "and it's just over the hill. I'll show you the way." "We're off!" cried the monkey. "We're off to see the Duke." The giraffe stooped low and went out. The giraffe stooped low and went through the tall door, and monkey jumped off the windowsill and on the giraffe's back. The pelican, with me in its beak, landed, hanging on for dear life, flew across and perched on the very top of the giraffe's head, and away we went. I think that's so cute. Okay, yeah, you can kind of see. It wasn't long before we came to the gates of the Hampshire House, and as the giraffe moved slowly up the great wide driveway, we all began to feel just a bit nervous. "What's he like, this Duke?" the giraffe asked me. She got a very wistful voice. "I don't know," I said, "but he's very, very famous and very rich. People say he has 25 gardeners just to look after his flower beds." Soon the huge house itself came into view, and what a house it was! It was like a palace. It was bigger than a palace. "Just look at those windows!" cried the monkey. "They'll keep us going forever." Then suddenly we heard a man's voice a short distance away from the right. "I want those big black ones at the top of the tree," the man was shouting. "Get me those big black ones." We peered around the bushes and saw an oldish man with an immense white mustache, standing under a tall cherry tree and pointing his walking stick in the air. There was a ladder against the tree, and another man, who was probably a gardener, was on the ladder. "Get me those big black ones, big black juicy ones in the right very top," the old man shouted. "I can't reach them, your grace," the old gardener called back. "The ladder isn't long enough." "Damnation!" shouted the Duke. "I was so forward to eating those big ones." Oh, here's the picture of the last page, and here's the picture of this page, and we're moving on to this picture. "Here we go," the pelican whispered to me, and with a swish and a swoop, he carried me up onto the very big top of the cherry tree, and here he perched. "Pick them, Billy," he whispered. "Pick them quickly and put them in my beak." The gardener got such a shock he fell off the ladder. Down below us, the Duke was shouting, "My gun! Get me my gun! Some damnable monster of a bird is stealing my best cherries. Be off with you, sir. Go away. Those are my cherries, not yours. I'll have you shot for this, sir. Where is my gun?" "Hurry, Billy," whispered the pelican. "Hurry, hurry, hurry." "My gun!" the Duke was shouting to the gardener. "Get me my gun, you idiot. I'll have that thieving bird for breakfast. You see if I don't." "I've picked them all," I whispered to the pelican. Here's the next page. Pictures. At once Pelly flew down and landed right beside the furious figure of the Duke of Hampshire, who was prancing about and waving his stick in the air. Your cherries, your grace," I said as I leaned over the edge of the pelican's beak and offered a handful to the Duke. The Duke was staggered. He reeled back, and his eyes popped nearly out of his sockets. "Great Scott!" he gasped. "Good Lord, what is this? Who are you?" And the giraffe with the monkey dancing about her back emerged suddenly from the bushes. The Duke stared at them. He looked as though he was about to have a fit. "Who are these creatures?" he bellowed. "He has the whole world gone completely dotty." We are the window cleaners," sang the monkey. "We will polish your glass till it's shining like brass and with sparkles like the sun and sea. We will work for your grace till we're blue in the face, the giraffe and the Pelly and me." "You asked us to come and see you," the giraffe said. I don't know if I showed you this picture. I'll show you again. And we are on this page. We're on page 36. The truth was at last beginning to dawn on the Duke. He put a cherry in his mouth and chewed it slowly. Then he spat out the stone. "I like the way you picked those cherries for me," he said. "Could you also pick my apples in the autumn?" We could, of course," we all shouted. "And who are you?" the Duke said, pointing his stick at me. "He is our business manager," said the giraffe. "His name is Billy. We go nowhere without him." Very well, the Duke muttered. "Come along with me and let's see if you're any good at cleaning windows." I climbed on the pelican's beak and the kindly old Duke took me by the hand as we all walked toward the house. When we got there, the Duke said, "What happens next?" "It's very simple, Your Grace," the giraffe replied. "I'm the ladder, the Pelly is the bucket, and the monkey is the cleaner. Watch us go." With that, the famous window cleaning gang sprang into action. The monkey jumped down from the giraffe's back and turned into the garden tap. The pelican held his great beak under the tap until it was full of water. Then, with a wonderful springy leap, the monkey leaped up and once again on the giraffe's back. From there he scrambled as easily as if it were climbing a tree, up the long, long neck of the giraffe until he stood balancing on the very top of her head. The pelican remained standing on the ground beside us, looking up at the giraffe. "We'll do the top floor first," the giraffe shouted down. "Bring the water up, please." The Duke called out, "Don't worry about the 2 top floors. You can't reach them anyway." "Who says we can't reach them?" the giraffe called back. "I do," the Duke said firmly, "and I'm not having any of you risk your silly necks around here. If you wish to be friends with the giraffe, never say anything about its neck. Its neck is its proudest possession." "What's wrong with my neck?" snapped the giraffe. "Don't argue with me, you foolish creature," cried the Duke. "If you can't reach it, you can't reach it, and that's the end of it. Now get on with your work." "Your Grace," said the giraffe, not giving the Duke a small superior smile, "there are no windows in the world I cannot reach with this magical neck of mine." The monkey, who was dancing about most dangerously on the top of the giraffe's head, cried out, Show him, Giraffe. Go on, show him what you can do with your magical neck." The next moment the giraffe's neck, which heaven knows was long enough already, began to grow longer and longer and longer and higher and higher and higher, until at last the giraffe's head with the monkey on the top of it was the level with the windows of the top floor. The giraffe looked down from her great height and said to the Duke, "How is that?" The Duke was speechless. So was I. It was the most magical thing I have ever seen, more magical even than the pelican's patent beak. Above us the giraffe was beginning to sing a little song, but she sang so softly I hardly... Oh, it is a she, I was right. I could hardly catch the words. I think it was something like this. "My neck can stretch terribly high, much higher than eagles can fly. If I ventured to show just how high it would go, you'd lose sight of my head in the sky." Wow, she's got quite the tune going. The pelican, with his huge beak full of water, flew up and perched on one of the top floor window sills near the monkey, and now the great window cleaning business really began. The speed in which this team worked was astonishing. As soon as one window was done, the giraffe moved the monkey over to the next one, and the pelican followed. When all of the 4th floor windows on that side of the house were finished, the giraffe simply drew in her magical neck until the monkey was level with the 3rd floor windows, and off they went again. Amazing, cried the Duke. Astonishing, remarkable, incredible. I haven't seen any of my windows for 40 years. Now I shall be able to sit indoors and enjoy the view. I am so sorry. I haven't showed you the pictures in the last quite a while. Okay, so this was from a few pages ago. I'm just not usually used to showing pictures. This is when she stretched higher and higher. Now he's able to see, through the view. Alright. Suddenly I saw all three of the window cleaners stop dead in their tracks. They seemed to freeze against the wall of the house. None of them moved. What's wrong with them? The Duke asked me. What's gone wrong? I don't know, I answered. Then the giraffe with the monkey on her head tiptoed very gingerly away from the house and came towards us. The pelican flew with them. The giraffe came up very close to the Duke and whispered, Your Grace, there is a man in one of the bedrooms on the 3rd floor. He's opening all the drawers and taking things out. He's got a pistol. The Duke jumped up a foot in the air. Which room? He snapped. Show me at once. It's the one on the 3rd floor. The window is wide open, the giraffe whispered. By gad, the Duke cried. That's the Duchess's bedroom. He's after her jewels. Call the police. Summon the army. Bring up the cannon. Charge with the light brigade. But even as he spoke, the pelican was flying up in the air. As he flew, he turned himself upside down and tipped the window cleaning water out of his beak. Then I saw the tap of the marvelous patterned beak sliding out of his head, ready for action. What's that crazy bird up to? Cried the Duke. Wait and see, the monkey said. Hold your breath, old man. Hold your nose, hold your horses, and watch the Pelly go. That was guys, we're really skilled at this. The picture. Here's the picture that we're onto next. This is the page we're on. Like a bullet, the pelican flew in through the open window, and in 5 seconds later, he came again with his great orange beak firmly closed. He landed on the lawn beside the Duke. A tremendous banging noise was coming from the inside of the pelican's beak. It sounded as though someone was inside a sledgehammer. It sounded as though someone was using a sledgehammer against it from the inside. He's got him, cried the monkey. Pelly's got the burglar in his beak. Well done, sir, shouted the Duke, hopping about with excitement. Suddenly he pulled the handle of his walking stick upwards, and out of the hollow inside of the stick itself he drew a long, thin, sharp, shining sword. I'll run him through, he shouted, flourishing the sword like a fencer. Open up, pelican. Let me get at him. I'll run the boulder through before he knows what's happened to him. I'll spike him like a pat of butter. I'll feed his gizzard to my foxhounds. But the pelican didn't not open his beak. He kept it firmly closed and shook his head at the Duke. The giraffe shouted, The burglar is armed with a pistol, your grace. If Pelly lets him out now, he'll shoot us all. He can be armed with a machine gun for all I care, bellowed the Duke, his massive mustaches bristling like a brushwood. I'll handle the blighter. Open up, sir, open up. Sorry, I was clenching my jaw. Suddenly there was an ear-splitting bang, and the pelican leaped 20 feet in the air. So did the Duke. Watch out! The Duke shouted, taking 10 rapid paces backward. He's trying to shoot his way out, and pointing his sword at the pelican, he bellowed, Keep that beak closed, sir. Don't you dare let him out. He'll murder us all. Shake him up, Pelly, cried the giraffe. Rattle his bones. Teach him not to do it again. The pelican shook his head so fast from side to side that the beak became a blur. The man inside must have felt he was being scrambled like eggs. Well done, Pelly, cried the giraffe. You're doing a great job. Keep on shaking him so he doesn't fire that pistol again. These are pictures for this page. At this point, a lady with an enormous chest and a flaming orange hair came flying out of the house, screaming, My jewels, my stolen jewels, my diamond tiara, my diamond necklace, my diamond bracelets, my diamond earrings, my diamond rings. the lot. My rooms have been ransacked. And then this massive female whose 55 years ago had been a world-famous opera singer suddenly burst out in song, "My diamonds are over the ocean. My diamonds are over the sea. My diamonds were pinched from my bedroom. Oh, bring back my diamonds to me." That was a great opera impression. We were so boiled over by the power of the lady's lungs that all of us, except the pelican, who had to keep his beak closed, joined in the chorus. Bring back, oh bring back my diamonds to me, to me. Bring back, oh bring back my diamonds to me. Alright, we're going to stop there. That is part 2 of 3 parts, so I will see you. We stopped on page 51, so I'll be catching you for page 52. It looks like this. And then we'll finish the 27 pages we have left. So, bye for now. See you in a little bit.